Hey folks, welcome back to the Feroz Moto channel. Today we are driving and reviewing my 2014 NC3 Miata. So what can I say? A little bit about me and my experience with cars. Of course, if you guys know me or still following the channel, my main car was with the M World, with being BMWs. I had a M2 competition and currently a G80 M3. I have both cars, but I just recently added this vehicle to the fleet. So it's a liquid silver club soft top. And so far, I must say, for the driving that I do and everything, I'm having a very, very good time with my ownership. I've had this now for a little over a full week, I'd say, and I've been fully daily driving this guy, and it's been nothing but fun and joy. So what can I say about this car and the platform in itself? I must say it's definitely a bit of an adjustment period. The G80 M3 has so much technology. It's really a spaceship, what my friends call it, and compared to what this car has, it's just bare bones nothing. And my good friend Pranesh, who also has an NC3 Club, kind of tells me with this car, he says it's kind of the closest you can get to a modern car, but still keeping kind of that analog and old school car feeling and experience. And I definitely agree. The one thing I do love with this car is just the pedal box, how simple it is to get used to. I'm by no means a pro yet, but it's definitely something to get quickly adjusted to with all the inputs of the car. I think Mazda did a great job in setting up the steering, the brakes, the gas, the clutch, just all the inputs together to just have a very cohesive and satisfying design. The 6-speed shifter is super crisp and slick. I know compared to the G80 M3, it's definitely night and day, and I like this one for stock way better. But it's a bit of a reality check in some ways with just cars and things in general. It's my first time, of course, having a car, I guess in quotes, old car of this age and everything, and also just having a Japanese down-to-earth raw actual sports car. I know some folks don't really like to consider Miatas as sports cars, but for me, in my book, it definitely is. This car has double wishbone in the front, multi-link rear, and it's pretty much a mini RX-7 when it comes to that front, or RX-8 when it comes to handling, and everyone knows that's one of the best handling cars. And I must say, for a stock car, I'm definitely slowly but surely figuring this out. What kind of pushed me over the edge to get this, of course, is driving my friend's cars. I know my friend Angelo has an NC2 in the yellow color, competition yellow. It is absolutely gorgeous. And then my friend, of course, Pranesh, in his NC3 Club that I drove out in Lime Rock, and it really gave me a taste of what I was missing, man. These cars are really, when they say like street legal go-karts, it's absolutely that. And I know it's not fast, but it does feel quick. And that's one thing with going NA or NB. I know there's a cult following for those cars that people just absolutely love and adore when it comes to those things, but I think genuinely there's really old and they're genuinely slow. Like, this car is slow, but it's not like, oh my god, like I'm helpless slow. There is a lot of torque with this 2-liter MZR motor, and I've have to come to really appreciate it. The noise it makes is really satisfying. Has a nice airbox coming in when it comes to induction note and everything, and it's no S2000 motor or anything, but this thing does the dance, man. It sounds really great. All like I said, the inputs are fantastic, and this chassis is super playful. When it comes to steering and everything, it's great. Nice and hydraulic. You get, I want to say it is very light. I know a lot of people complain about that. Compared to the M3, it is definitely heavier. It's also a much bigger, substantial car. So when it comes to everything I've done with this guy, just added this little USB or cigarette charger plug for USB to plug in my phone. I have this 3D printed figured out system for my phone holder that I found off YouTube, and it's really nice. So let's see what we can do here. Car's slightly warmed up, and man, like I said, like just these inputs are just so freaking fantastic. When I first got the car, of course, it was nowhere near the same level of what I put to it, and performance wise, it was rocking some 10-year-old Pilot Super Sport tires, but this chassis is just so much freaking fun, guys. So much freaking fun. As I have a 340i behind me probably saying get out of the way, we're just gonna go around here and mosey around, but it's just such a delight to drive this car, genuinely. The way it goes with just, people saying like, just enough horsepower, slow car fast and everything, I think I definitely agree when it comes to that regard. No, it's not super refined. I have so much noise with this soft top in the top, but it's just a fun experience. Like, I get to use all the car, I get to drive all the car. I don't feel like I'm being a jerk to public when I'm ripping on it. When I'm ripping on the M3, I mean, top of third gear, I'm pushing triple digits. Like this guy, I mean, you gotta just really work for your fun here, and I think that's what makes it so great. The gearing I really appreciate, really short, and you're always in the power band, and this is just the beginning of this car. I mean, I have gonna be doing so much more to it in the future. I'm just so excited to kind of go along this process. We can kind of talk about what got me into this car exactly, and what I was looking for with other options. And one thing that was really tearing me apart was, for the money this was, I can get probably like a clean title 150, 170,000 mile S2000, or I can get something this route where I have you know, a considerably newer car and have no issues there. But as you see with these rev matches, man, it's just so satisfying to just explore this car's limit and everything, especially on the road. And I'm barely doing 60 miles an hour, and it just feels like you're really moving. Lightweight, of course, was the biggest thing I wanted with a car, and it's just impossible, guys. Really impossible to get around these. That's still rear-wheel drive, diff, everything, besides going with a Miata. And it's just me. I know I get jokes from my friends and everything, but it's just like, this car, out of all my purchases I've done with cars so far, has been the most, I guess, satisfying and engaging purchase I've had. And I know, like, I feel like there's Miata people and there's just not. And for those that are drivers and everything, it's just such a blissful and unique experience to really explore what this car has to offer, man. So luckily mine is a pretty fresh and well taken care example. I am the, I believe now, 5th owner, but clean title only had 31,000 miles when I got it. The family I got it from were really nice, and they took care of this guy, and I'm so excited to give it another you know, set of experience out here in the world under my ownership. So I do not plan to turn this into a full track car. I think there are much cheaper and more efficient options to do that, and I'm just going to keep this as a nice, great street car. That's really my goal. I want to make the perfect OEM plus kind of setup. Pretty much what a lot of people do with these guys. I know they're super fun, but I think in their place of having just enough grip, just enough tire, just enough suspension travel, because once you start going like really crazy with everything, it let's see what this puppy got. Boom, and we are up to the speed limit. But like I was saying, it is just such a blast. Like, it is such a freaking blast. I love the sound of this car. I love everything to it, and I'm just so excited to keep chugging along on this journey. But as I was saying, with the build ideas, yes, I do want to keep it kind of this OEM plus route. I mean, yeah, you don't need to do a lot with these cars to make them fun. The one thing I'm really itching to do is get some coilovers. The stock Bilsteins are fine, but this car like rides like a 4x4. The street presence and everything's a little goofy, and you know me, I do like a little bit of stance here and there with some functional fitment. So I am looking to get the Goodwin Racing's Coney Club Sport coilovers. I heard those are kind of key in the game when it comes to the long travel of using the OEM rear top hats to kind of give you the most suspension travel for this guy. And like I said, even with this stock change, with the new tires I put on being the stock size, the 205 45 17, this car drives really great. It has plenty of grip, honestly. Like, I've been really trying to, like, you know, let this guy get loose, and of course with, like, you know, first gear on a turn, full steering lock, and you can gun it and you'll spin it. But even in second gear and some stuff, it just keeps gripping up. And I currently have the Pilot Sport All Season 4s from Michelin. Had on my M3, my fiance's Integra, and I think it's a really great tire. Costco always has them on sale with the installation and everything, so I just go out that route. But overall, it's fantastic. Gas mileage as well, it's doing a great job. I don't know what happened there. I think that truck's dropping some ice. But gas mileage is great. I'm probably eking around mid-20s because I am beating the crap out of this guy. But it's just fun, guys. Fun is the answer. And I'm always giggling and smiling when I'm driving this thing. So I'm so grateful and happy to have this experience. I'm looking forward if you guys also have these cars. I personally do think that the M3 and the Miata are just such a good complementary duo of cars. I mean, of course this is not practical. This is my toy, my fun little car to just go out there and experience and enjoy, you know, driving in itself. And I'm just gonna explore this journey with this car. So M3 in comparison has its own flavor and feelings, and going back to back, you really, I mean, I kind of learned driving manual on those cars, and they do so much. This car does not hold back anything. So it's nice to kind of have a reality check of, you know, I always got jokes even from my fiance's sister. He's like, she had an old Integra RSX, and that's what you learn manual on. She was joking that my manual is not a real manual, and I didn't really understand. I was like, nah, same thing, 6-speed. But yeah, it is a different beast. Not saying this car is hard to drive really at all, but you get to really just, you can't hide mistakes. You just have to drive like how you drive, man. So but just rev matches and everything are so great. Chuck it in here. The alignment on this car, I have no idea what it is, but we'll see what it goes. I'm gonna just follow what Goodwin Racing recommends for kind of that mid-street environment and example, and we're gonna have a blast. But I'm gonna pull over and I'll show you guys the car outside and mosey around. But around town is really not an issue. All the ergonomics and everything are great. It does fit me fine around 5'6", 5'7", and ideally, you know, this car is kind of built for people my size and in mind. My brother's around 6 feet and he is like, this thing is too damn small. So I kind of understand that. This is the biggest Miata there is, the NC model, and I really wish this this model gets a lot more love. I don't think people understand what it is. I know looks are subjective. Not everyone loves this smiley happy-go-getty guy, but I absolutely love how these look. I think also compared to the ND, it's just a big big change in proportions and everything, and this car stands on its own. Like the NA and B were together, NC was its whole generation, and then ND as well as its whole generation. So I think you can't go wrong with really any Miata, but this one really sticks out to me the most. I think with these wide arches and everything, it's just such a pleasing car when you see it in a nice lowered stance with some nice meaty tires. So I don't know, I love this thing. I can't wait. Like I said, first order of business for me is getting some suspension on this guy, because that's kind of the main point of this car, is to drive nice in the twisties and everything. And then after that, we'll see how it goes. DLA power is not top of my thing, but I know headers do open this guy up with a tune intake, will make it sound really nice and be that perfect street car. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to jump real quick to us being outside, show you the car, and then we can go from there. But let me know what you guys think. Did I make a mistake? Are you also considering getting one of these? If so, I say please do. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's no regret in my mind when I bought this guy, and I just can't wait to keep exploring what this car has to offer. So stay tuned to more videos coming out. I'll try my best to document everything I can. Next order of business I definitely want to do is swap out the brake fluid on this car. It is very old. I already swapped out the brakes. I did oil and everything, and we'll see. We have some things in order. Oh, also the transmission and diff fluid are probably due. So we'll see what I can muster up and get going. Let's see if I can pull. Actually, I'll stay here, and then we'll see where we can pull over and take a look at the car. Stay tuned. Whoa. Okie doke, so this is it. Try not to lock myself out of the car, but this is the thing, man. This is the vehicle. So we're just gonna walk around, take a quick look, and it should be good to go. So I'm super happy and stoked with this car. I think it looks really, really pretty. And like I said, I just washed it and just splattered all over, but I did try to clean off as much of the salt as I could, because I want to keep this guy as clean as possible. But thank you guys so much for watching again. If you enjoy this content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You'll be seeing this car a lot more on the channel, and I can't wait to keep exploring and enjoying what it has to offer. So stay tuned. This is your host Ryan signing off, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.